Blessings. It's me, Laura Ann Spagna, here with you today to chat briefly about what I call the 40th floor and the new paradigm. So, as many of us know, we are going through major changes on Earth regarding the shifting and evolution of consciousness. And many of us who consider ourselves to be part of the 144, the original 144,000, or light workers or star seeds, or however we identify, change agents on Earth, visionaries who have a greater vision for Earth, for humanity into the future. Those of us who know this understand that we're shifting out of an old paradigm and into a new paradigm. What many of us don't realize is that there's a so-called 40th floor and beyond. And that's what we're going to talk about today. My name is Laura Ann Spagna. I've been working with humans and animals for over 20 years to assist you in evolving in your evolutionary journey known as Ascension by some, to really truly align with your source so that you can have and experience everything you're meant to have an experience, so that you can fulfill your highest fulfillment, so that you can leave the lasting legacy you're meant to leave for your children, your loved ones, and the planet and humanity. And so that you can truly align with your soul's highest fulfillment. You can make the global impact you're meant to make and leave that lasting legacy, live in accordance with your highest fulfillment, and have, do, and be whatever it is you're meant to have, do, and be to achieve the life and the experience you're meant to have by aligning with your soul's true divine mission. So we're going to talk today about that and more. And really using the gifts of the divine. That's another major component of this, using the extrasensory gifts, the gifts of the divine, your gifts as a divine intuitive, as an empath, as an energy healer, an energy worker, utilizing energy and consciousness, the tools of consciousness, to really be who you're meant to be and live your highest fulfillment. And yes, leave that lasting legacy and make the impact you're meant to make, whether it's with your inner circle, your own personal self, or the whole of humanity, right? And of course, the animals too. So let's talk about this. What is the concept of the 40th floor? So let's understand the old paradigm that we talk about. That's basically, for the most part, a fear-based, controlled paradigm, controlled, closed system. That closed system that is primarily fear-based, lack and limitation-based. The energy that we've been living in, the experience that we've been having, is what I call the 39th floor and below. So maybe you're hanging out, or you've been hanging out in that old paradigm. And let's just say you've been hanging out in the basement, right? Which probably you haven't been, because you probably wouldn't be hearing this right now. But the basement is kind of like where people are pretty much just living in victim consciousness and in fear-based reality. And they don't really know or see potentials beyond the current experience that they're having. And they don't even necessarily know that they can get themselves in a so-called, let's just call this like a mystical perspective, right? An elevator, and that they can rise up out of that basement of just fear, lack, limitation, doubt, like limiting possibility, like no real possibilities beyond what they currently perceive, right? But this concept of this elevator is, in a sense, you can get in the elevator, you can kind of leave that density behind, and you can rise up to the first floor. And all the floors up until and through the 39th floor are kind of like just experiences. You get in the elevator of life, you get off the floor, you kind of experience things on that floor, and you collect those experiences. And along with them, you collect learnings, lessons. You learn, you grow, you evolve, you change, you realize, I have experienced these things. And maybe on the first floor, the experiences are still very painful, lots of pain and suffering, but, and maybe you're learning on the first floor, like the need to forgive, or the need to realize that that experience had some kind of value in it. It was still very painful. But as you start learning, maybe it's forgiveness, maybe it's self-healing, maybe it's that you're not a a victim, you start to rise up, you go to the next floor and you have new experiences there. And maybe they're still painful, but this time you learn, you already have the tools and the gifts of forgiveness or whatever those lessons are, right? But understand each floor, you're kind of going out and you're having experiences. And as you rise up the elevator, and this is again just a euphemism, right? An example, you start to have more and more experiences, and you take the learnings and the growth and the lessons and the wisdom from each previous floor without as much of the pain, right? Because you start realizing like, oh, I'm evolving, I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm becoming a better version of me. I'm shifting. And each floor has its experiences, and you start realizing, okay, I'm done with these experiences on this floor. I'd like to have some new experiences. So you get back in the elevator and you start to grow and ascend and evolve and progress. And then you have new experiences on a new floor. But still, everything 39 and under is still pretty much old paradigm for the most part. You're limited to some degree. Maybe you're limited on money. Maybe you're limited on time. Maybe you're limited based on your body, your health, whatever kind of strength or abilities you have. Maybe you feel limited on what your knowledge is or what your capabilities are. And you certainly probably feel limited to some degree or another about what's possible for you or what's available to you. But what happens is each time you start to grow and evolve and progress and advance and ascend up the elevator, eventually you get to what I call the 40th floor. The 40th floor, which you could equate it to the penthouse. But this is the thing, the 40th floor, there's a whole new elevator. That elevator at the 40th floor, you can only get it at the 40th floor. And that elevator goes infinite, infinite. You didn't even know that a building could go that high. And you didn't even know that elevator was there from 39 and below. But let's just call 40th floor penthouse. And when you get there, you're like, whoa, people have been living like this? I never even knew this was how good it could be. And that's when you start working really in partnership and collaboration with the divine. And this is why there's a whole new elevator that is infinite, that goes beyond measure. And all resources are here. All potentials are here. Everything is available here. Unlimited resource, unlimited support, unlimited, unlimited clarity. I didn't mean to bat him away. He just surprised me. Unlimited clarity, unlimited consciousness, unlimited gifts. By the way, B. Oh, how symbolic. How symbolic. I just got to sidetrack because B is always, just as we're talking about 40th floor, the symbology of a B is always about what you didn't think was possible is possible, because bees, it's known scientifically actually that bees cannot fly, could not fly, like their wings cannot support the weight of their bodies. Like aerodynamically, it cannot be explained how they can fly, and yet they can. And the message of bees is always about potentials that seem impossible are actually possible. And that's exactly what the 40th floor is about. It's that when you get there, you start realizing that possibilities and potentials are available to you that you never thought were available, and that possibilities and things can happen for you that you never saw as possible or potential for you. In fact, you start realizing, recognizing, and fully embodying. You understand, this is an embodiment thing. This is an energetic shift where you're working with partnership with the divine, the infinite unlimited potentials, the infinite unlimited resource, whether it's money, time, physicality, physical health, longevity, love, all kinds of conscious peace, happiness, joy, prosperity, well-being, whether it's partnership, union, because you're working with the divine, with the light, and you've now embodied from all those other lessons of the old paradigm and experiences, 39th floor and below. You've taken these lessons on and in, the wisdom, the energy, the consciousness, and you've resolved the issues of the challenges, of the lessons you had to learn, of the growth you had to do. And you start living in this new paradigm from penthouse where you have visionary perspective. Because, if you've ever been in a penthouse, you can see views. And look at all the views behind me. You can see views beyond that are so expansive that people down in the basement just had no idea existed. And even on all those floors, where there's lots of pain and suffering and struggles and challenges of just growth and learning and ascension, evolution, you can't really see all those views. But you get to that penthouse and you're like, it's just so light and bright and expansive and evolutionary up here. And I can see the horizon in every direction, and I can see the potentials. And you start realizing that you're working with the divine, that the divine can reveal to you all kinds of new pathways, doorways, elevators that go on through the infinite, that all potentials are available to you, that are, and when we say all potentials, we're talking about potentials that are good, that are rightly, divinely aligned, that are so fulfilling for you. And they're not only so fulfilling for you, they're fulfilling for others too, because you're so over, you've got so much, you're no longer coming from a place of need. You see, your needs are met over and above, beyond your need for love, your need for happiness, your need for joy, your need for knowing that all your needs will continue to be met, whether it's money, wealth, a boat, a beautiful landscape and beautiful environment, family, connection, health, well-being, whatever it is, your needs are met and exceeded. And now you have so much more to give, to share. And you're in service, because from this place, you're really, truly, and that's a lesson you learn along the way, too, that service and contribution is the highest fulfillment, and that your needs will continue to be met over and above what you could even imagine. So you can give so much more. You become in service to the light, the expansion, the evolution. This is where I'm living. And I want to offer this to you, that wherever you are and whatever you're doing, the possibilities for your highest fulfillment, for your joy, for your love, for your happiness, for your health, for your magnificence, for your brilliance, it's available to you. Chances are it might not be fully available to you, or at least you might not be able to see or perceive it all if you're hanging out at a floor where there's still a lot of challenges, obstacles, and hurdles, or where there's still a lot of pain and suffering. But I promise you, as you learn to collect the wisdom, the gifts of consciousness, the lessons learned, and free and liberate yourself from the density, the heaviness, the pain, the suffering, the experiences at the lower level floors, the lack, the limitation, the uncertainty, the unclarity, those are all the things that hang out at those lower floors. And as you continue to evolve and expand and uplift, you will find that you can be at a penthouse level, 40th floor and beyond, where everything is available to you, and your greatest fulfillment comes through your alignment with source, and your greatest joy comes through sharing it with others, and everything is available for you. And when I say everything is available for you, I mean the whole of humanity. And you start realizing from this floor that the future for humanity can be truly the penthouse suite and beyond, really can be. And it's just up to others to start to realize that that penthouse suite and that 40th floor, it's available to them too. It's available to all of us as we shift, up level, expand, and evolve. So I just want to let you know that. And I'm holding space here, and I'm hanging out here on the 40th floor, recognizing the infinite potentials and letting you know it's available to you too. The elevator, the ascension, it's here for all of us. So it's all about shifting, changing energy, changing perspective, gaining wisdom and knowledge, and leaving the pain, the suffering, the lack, and the limitation behind, and refusing to allow anyone else to keep us stuck at the lower levels, at those lower floors, because those people may choose or need to be there but it doesn't mean we have to stay there. And as we elevate, we can help others too. So I hope this has been helpful to you. If you want more of this, please head over to lorispagna.com and also join me over at Facebook as well, where we have the Expansion Experience private Facebook group where we're all elevating, expanding, and uplifting and ascending together, growing, healing, and evolving beyond surface level solutions. I hope this has been helpful to you. I'm sending you my infinite love and gratitude, and I'm wishing you your most benevolent best. Okay, farewell for now. Bye-bye.